Hello apples and cherries and welcome to your last day on length and height for this week. This week you have been focusing on using the everyday language to do with length and height and then thinking about how you can use that to order and compare quantities and objects. So this week, on Monday, there was a video explaining the focus of the week. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, there was a document with 3 different activities that you could choose in whatever order to explore length and height. Today, this is the video with a quiz to recap or check your knowledge of what you've learned this week. If you haven't had a chance to explore length and height this week, maybe you could have a little look before you give the video a go. So the learning objective for this week was to use everyday language to do with height and length. So your success criteria was that you would be able to use the words tall, short and long. Some of you may also be able to order objects from shortest to longest or tallest. And then some of you may even be able to compare objects of different sizes in terms of their length or their height. So on the screen here we've got some of the different things that we use to measure, so ruler, tape measure, a longer ruler, a metre ruler, or a measuring snake. There was also things like our feet, our fingers, and Unifix cubes. So one of the activities that you had this week was the how many feet activity. So you could have used the document online and measured these pictures of things. You could have measured a rug, a table, a sink, or you could have chosen your own things around your home and measured them. I wonder, did you find out if different people measured them, there was a different number of feet? And what was the longest object that you found? What was the shortest object that you found? And was it hard to check the height of things with your feet? Was it easier to do how long or short something is rather than how tall or short something is? One of the other activities was shoe sizes and length. So did you compare different shoe sizes in your home? How long were your shoes? What did you use to compare them? And if you compared your shoes with someone in your house that were older, were the older people's shoes longer than your shoes? And why do you think that might be? Well done, yeah, because if you're older, you're probably taller, and if you're taller, you need bigger feet to be able to walk around. Okay then, and your final task for this week was to use a ruler to measure different objects on a worksheet. So if you had a ruler, you had to make sure that the end of the object was on the 0 of the ruler, and then the other end of the object was to carefully find out where the other end of the object was to find the number on the ruler. And then that would tell you how many centimetres that object was. If you didn't have a ruler, I gave you some suggestions on how you could make your own ruler. You could use your fingers to do the spaces in between. I wonder how long those objects were for you. It probably would have been a different measurement to what people who had a ruler had. See how much you have learned this week. So the first question is, can you order the snakes from the shortest to the longest? So I've labelled the snakes, so this one's A, B, C and D, and can you put them in the order from the shortest to the longest? I'll give you a couple more seconds to have a little think. So well done if you said that snake C was the shortest, the next shortest was D, the next shortest was A, and the longest was B. Well done. Okay then, so your next question is, can you order the children from the shortest to the tallest? So I've labelled the children. We've got the first one, which is A, the second one B, the third one C, and the fourth one D. Can you put them in order from the shortest to the tallest? I'll give you a couple seconds to think about it. Well done. If you got that person C was the shortest, then B, then D, and then A. Well done. Okay, so for this question, you need to measure the sunflowers and see how long they are. This ruler is measuring in centimetres, so I've made sure to put at the bottom the centimetres there, so you only have to put the number in, okay? Have a little look. Some of them are a little bit tricky because they might not be on a direct number. Have a little discussion with your person at home and see if there's another way that you can write it. You might want to pause your video here so that you can measure it accurately. Then, so I've popped the answers in here. If you don't want to see them, just pause the video and rewind so you've got a bit more time. So let's have a look at the first one then. So we've got A over here. Let's have a look. The top of it here is at the top of the sunflower. I'm going to go across and it is 11 centimetres long. So that is A. B. Here's the top of it. I'm going to go across and oh, it's in the middle. So down here I've written 5. It could have been 5 because that's one of the numbers that it's near to, or I could have written the number 6. I wonder if there's a more accurate way that I could have said it. Well done, I could have said that it was 5.5. So you can say 5.5, we could put a fraction in, or you could say 5.5. Let's have a look at C. Let's go across. This one is definitely closer to number 14, so this one is 14 centimetres. And this sunflower here, I think it's the same as B. Go across and it looks like it's in the middle. So you could say it's 8 centimetres, you could say it's 9 centimetres, or to be really accurate, you could say 8.5 or 8.5 centimetres. So just to recap what we've done this week, your learning objective has been to use everyday language to do with height and length. You will be able to use the words tall, short and long. Some of you may have been able to order objects from the shortest to the longest or the tallest, and some of you may even been able to compare objects from different sizes in terms of their length and their height. So if you really enjoyed this quiz today, there is also a paper copy of this with different questions on that you can have a little look at. Okay, I hope you enjoy. Have a lovely weekend and we'll speak to you next week.